I'm going to move now to just thinking a little bit about the idea of how we make this play with making choices. So, for example, when you're making a choice as a student, how does that begin to reflect on your ability to make wise choices because you're beginning to think about the challenge and you're thinking about what about this choice will help me to be more prepared, more planful, more metacognitive about self-managing. So here's a sample teacher developed choice board, a choice board on vocabulary. So notice that she's done this. Now, what's interesting to me is, and this is based on Mike Anderson's book on learning to choose and choosing to learn, you notice that these are all fabulous choices. But if I don't know how to do a video, create a video clip that demonstrates my concept, if I don't know how to do that, what this teacher does is she gives me some options as to how I can learn how to do that. And each one of these is on the web so that you can learn. Now, notice the part about this is that too often we choose to do a video vocab because, whoo, that sounds like such a cool idea. But if we don't know how to do it, it can take more time to figure out how to do it than it can, and I may lose my investment in wanting to do it. So notice that this is really about giving choices, but also providing some of the strategies that you would need to make the choice real so that you don't get caught in a trap of having chosen something that's going to take far longer than you ever imagined. I know we've all been there before. Here's something from grades 2-3 in Council Rock. And what they do here is, you'll notice that they do research. They're very much interested in, you choose what topic you will do. We will give you the rubric for making your topic carefully researched the way we're looking for it. So again, the anchor is the rubric. You'll all be assessed in the same way. You'll all get feedback based on the same rubric. However, it's your choice, your choice. And this one, it was about studying insects that I saw, but there are many different choices. You can see how this would work. Again, personalizing, letting students find their own way, let them have their own choice, but ground it in a research rubric so that they know how to manage themselves and become more able to figure out, how do I do the ideas and content? How do I organize all of this? What word choices will I be thinking about? Again, making sure that we're providing students with the capacity to manage themselves, to monitor the progress, to modify it as they go along, and to really reflect upon what they're learning. This is another one where they've used the simpler form of this from another class where they added the habits of mind in. So in this one, they said, when you set a goal or choose a topic, and then they use the icon for that, which is you choose a topic, and then the icon is responding with wonderment and awe. So they're saying, when you did your insect research, you're choosing something. What did you just respond with wonderment and awe? Wow, I'm intrigued by this. I'm curious. I want to know more. Set a goal. And the habit of mind they chose was questioning and posing problems. What might you need to know? How would you begin to develop this? So this is the same insect research that they did. And this is the way that they guide them to begin to look at this. When you're coaching for thinking, think about the idea that what I've been saying, you're planning, you're monitoring, and you're reflecting. When planning for a project, you need to invite students to define their purpose, set and clarify it, envision, and anticipate which habits of mind they'll be using. When you're looking to see them planning, these are the kinds of considerations. You want them to take their time. You want them to think about how much time, what the resources, what the audience will be, what alternatives do they need, what assessment, what criteria for excellence will they have. So this is where you're helping them to question and to help them develop a plan. And then while they're working on their projects, you're asking them, what's going well? You're monitoring. How are you knowing that you're success? What habits of mind are you employing? So keeping them aware, keeping them conscious of it, and then helping them anticipate which habit of mind will serve you best. Tell us more. Think about it. Look at the habits of mind. Which do you feel will serve you best? And then when the students have completed their projects, ask them to self-modify by reflecting. What have you learned from the way you've planned? How might you coach yourself the next time when you have to do a project? Well, I've given you a lot to think about. However, I'm also aware that you can slow it up. You can think about it. You can break this up and you can take small chunks of it because it's all recorded. And you can also always go to the resources and you will be able to find a lot of the material that you can study, that you can use as a way of improving and growing self-direction with your students in your classrooms and in your schools. So I leave you with this because I've always loved this. This is from Alan Kay, who worked with the Apple Computer Company. And what he said was, the best way to predict the future is to invent it. And you have in your hands every day the future. And I know that you're helping them to be prepared to invent it. Thank you so much for being with me.